Logan, I kind of like 5 cheers from you today. Is that a little bit over or under what you think you did?
Over. Over. I feel like I was in the charting section in the dugout today, but I was still being loud out there. Try to give energy in any way I can when I'm not playing. So.
How important is it for you guys as a bullpen group or or starters that aren't pitching that day to provide some energy off the bench for your offense or defense?
Extremely. We take pride in that on our off days, when we're in the dugout, and we know we're going to be there for the whole game. We try to bring as much energy as possible just to get the ball rolling and just maintain it throughout the whole game, which is really important for us. We always try to find a role for us, when we're not pitching. So it's extremely important to, just keep consistent energy throughout the game because you got to do something, So.
How wild was that Saturday game for you where you don't have your best outing yet, then the team makes such a great comeback?
I'm just happy we won. After a start like that, just getting every unlucky break that you could imagine, going down 10 in the first 2 innings, And it was funny because, the feeling in the dugout, we never felt like we were out of it, especially with that offense, there was no stress, and everybody just kind of all right, we got a lot of baseball left, let's just chip away. So the fact that we could make that comeback, in that park, versus that team is pretty special.
And what did you think went wrong in your performance, whether it was luck or just missing spots?
I think I was, in terms of pitching, I was hitting my spots. I felt like they just got a lot of lucky breaks, jam shots over a shortstop, defensive guys couldn't make plays in the first couple of innings. We had 3 errors in the first 2 innings, and we ended up with 3 errors, in the entire game. So, I feel like, I could have done a better job probably setting the tempo, but I felt like we made up for that in the offense. Once we woke up, it was pretty cool.
And how do you just kind of shake that off and get back to it for the Oregon State series?
Well, it's in the past. I live one day at a time. I'm pretty good at that, trying to just live one pitch at a time, one day at a time. So, preparing for the Oregon State is all that's on my mind now. Not stats, not anything of that nature. It's just preparing for this weekend to the best of my abilities.
Have you dived into any Oregon State tape yet?
Nope, we were just focused on Portland today. Tomorrow we'll tackle Oregon State, but today was Portland, and came out on top. So tomorrow we're gonna tackle Oregon State and prepare the right way, and we'll get ready for a big series.
After the Washington State series, that road trip, a lot of guys talked about how it felt like you guys were closer as a team overall. The second road trip against Arizona, you guys sweep. Do you feel like you're even more closer, or do you feel like that the remnants from that first Washington State series are still on this team?
I think just the culture just kind of came together through that Washington State series. Had a lot of things to change after that first game on Friday. I had a big talk Saturday and made some changes, did some things, and that really came together. We're just going to keep the ball rolling. We're just going to keep going downhill as a team, getting closer in the locker room, getting closer in the weight room, just getting after it. And as long as we stick to our routines as a team, we're going to be good.
10 wins in a row now. Just how fun is it to be in the dugout and on the team during a stretch like that?
The energy is unreal. It's awesome. I love just being around. Even if I wasn't playing, if I was a guy who wasn't playing this year or haven't played yet, I'd be having the time of my life in that dugout. The energy is awesome. We play some games in the dugout between innings. It's a fun time, and just being around all the guys, learning their stories, seeing what they're capable of out in the field. So when they make a great play, everybody goes nuts, and it's just everybody for everybody. It's pretty cool.
Before the season started, I asked you to compare last year's lineup to this year's lineup. You said that this year's lineup was better. Is this the type of offensive display that you guys, albeit slow start, but now it's kind of kicking into gear? Is this what you anticipated from what you would see in this offense?
Probably not what I think they've exceeded expectations. In terms of what they've been doing, I think a lot of records are going to be broken by the end of the season too, which, a lot of records last year were broken too. And I think we're going to break those records again, which is with this offense, just the persistence that they have, the clutchness, the togetherness that we all got together. And I think everybody's head is in the right spot right now. And if we can just keep it going, and we'll be all right.